Hello, this is your special education virtual content specialist here with the 8th grade lesson for March 15th. As with all lessons and resources, they can be found in Teach Hub. For teachers, we provide the title of the lesson, the focus question, the learning objective, the standard, and the objectives. As with all resources, we also provide instructional and technology guidance, implementation guidance for each slide in the lesson, guidance for summarizing, guidance for assessment during instruction, and general methods for engaging with students with disabilities and multilingual learners. Let's get started. So 8th graders are going to be working on Unit 7, Exponents and Scientific Notation, Day 7, Dividing Powers of 10, Part A. What patterns emerge when we divide powers of 10? So the introduction asks students, what is the value of the expression? How did you figure it out? So students should be getting the answer number 1. There are several strategies for getting to this answer. One is that they utilize a calculator. Another strategy is that they computed the numerator and denominator and realized it was equal to this fractional value. Which of course equals 1. And another strategy that could have been used is that students notice that there are 5 factors of 2 and 6 factors of 3 in both the numerator and denominator. Hence, the entire fraction has to be equal to 1. So as part of the Explore, they are given the first row of a table that they will see in slide C. But the first row provides the expression 10 to the 4th power divided by 10 to the 2nd power, the expanded form in the middle column, and 10 to the 2nd power as a single power of 10 in the last column. Students are asked to describe what you think is happening in the expanded column of the table. And students are provided a sentence in the expanded column of the table, I think blank is happening. And this is just to support students with learning disabilities. Here, students have to complete the table and then answer the questions that follow it on the next slide. Students may skip a single box in the table, but they need to explain why they skipped it. And so, to provide students with extra support, you could provide them this value of 10 to the 26th power, just so that each column has at least 2 values already filled in. But overall, the table should look like 10 to the 5th power divided by 10 to the 2nd power, 10 to the 3rd power, 10 to the 3rd power. Students may skip this, and here they're just going to do 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 over 10 times 10 times 10, which will equal 10 times 10 times 10. So students should be able to say that they skipped that last row of the middle column because there's not enough space. And in fact, it would probably take a long time to write down all those factors of 10. And analyzing the expression column of the single power of 10, they should notice that the pattern is that there's essentially subtraction happening. And so the general pattern is 10 to the nth power minus m power. And if students need help generating that pattern, remind them of the rule for multiplying bases of 10, in which 10 to the nth power times 10 to the nth power got us 10 to the n plus nth power. And so that might help students generate the rule for dividing powers of 10. In this portion of the Explore, students are asked, it is predicted by 2050 that there will be 10 to the 10th power people living on Earth. At that time, it is predicted that there will be approximately 10 to the 12th power trees. How many trees will there be for each person? And so, here is a sentence starter to provide to students with disabilities. And the answer can actually help students decide when they should leave a number in scientific notation or not. So that could be a good discussion whether 100 is more acceptable than 10 to the second power. And lastly, students have to summarize and record their response to this focus question. What patterns emerge when we divide powers of 10? And here's a sentence starter to support those students. If students need additional practice, there's IXL, 8th grade, skill F.9. For medium level learners, the practice problems in Teach Hub, and for high level learners, the Engage New York Module 1, Lesson 2 problem set. As with all lessons, we provide the resource citations, and so this resource utilized Desmos, Illustrative Mathematics, Khan Academy, and Open Up resources. If you have any questions, please reach out to your virtual content specialist. Thank you.